Good day, YouTube. We're back in the hay and cotton series. So I had a video recorded for you guys, and I was getting ready to upload it, and it did not sit well with the uploading stuff for whatever reason, and ended up I deleted it and then pulled it, recovered it back from its original state, and tried to upload it again, and it was just not working and having 9 kinds of fits. So let's get into what we've done. So as you can see in the hay storage here, there is 84 bales of hay of 7250s, 6,000s, and then we've got all of Beastie's grass bales. There's 3 round bales of hay left in here. Probably just gonna load them up and sell them. But anyway, in the last video that I recorded that I was wanting to upload, we mowed 57, 60, 58, and 59. We mowed 52. We ended up selling 52 back because it's only like 0.6 acres or 0.5 acres that we're actually mowing right there, so it's really not worth having that field. We mowed 37, 39, 40, and 43. So, and we tedded, windrowed everything back together, and baled all this into actual hay bales so that I can start pelletizing and putting it into pallets. That being said, we're gonna hop over here to Beastie's John Deere. We're going to get this we're gonna get this baler and tractor washed off here. Tractor clean. I'll go put this back in the shed here. Alright, let's get this put away. As you can see here, we still have our cotton's growing. But what the goal is to shred up all of those hay bales. Another thing that I actually forgot to mention. We sold the swather and the swather head because of the fact, in order to make hay bales, I was having to go over and ted and was having to go over everything in TED, and windrow it all back together. So what we did was we sold that. We had enough money to buy the Oxbow 2340 merger. This is a 12 meter wide merger that was in 22, I believe, as DLC, and Giants released it into this game as just a normal mod. So we bought this. We did have this once before, and Beastie said that there wasn't no reason to have it since we was doing just grass for the animals, and I agreed. So I sold it. But now that I've gotten into wanting to do the hay pelletizing, and getting everything put on pallets. I want this to be I need a little bit more money for that. I want to go back to doing it this way with this and the tedder and what have you. To I mean, yes, we add the extra step in there for the hay, but that's okay. We have to anyways, regardless whether we had the swather or whether we do it this way. And if we just want grass, that's perfectly fine. We will mow it, and I'll come back and windrow it with the merger, and then Beastie can follow behind me in the baler if he wants to, and he can he can go behind me and bale as I, and then we can tag team picking the bales up, just grass bales. We went back to, obviously, as you see, we went back to square baling because we don't have to stop and go. It's we can just keep going, which is awesome. I love that because let that warm up. I hate having to stop and go. So let's get these 6 hay square bales out first. We're gonna run all of these over there at one time. Okay. We're gonna actually get started here on baling, or on bale shredding here today. And like I said, I apologize for the video not not working like I wanted it to. Make sure everything's running. It's all good. So what I do for this is I just go in here, pick this guy up, I just set all 3 up on this table. as it sucks that one in. Drop the next one. Now, this is a very, as you can see, very slow process. I don't know exact. I have not figured out this. This thing has a working speed of 6 miles an hour on the store's site. It says that it works at 6 miles an hour. I tried to run it with Beastie's John Deere over there, and it did not run and perform at 6 miles an hour as it states it does. Now, that being said, his tractor has enough horsepower to run it, but does it only run, the question is does it only run at 6 miles an hour if you have a tractor that is over horsepower qualified to run the machine? I don't know. I have not gotten that far yet. I do want to attempt that, because that would, I could just take this thing straight out in the field and pelletize my windrows. And just dump them into a tipper trailer and do it that way, which would be, that would work out perfectly fine, because I could merge like 4 or 5 rows together and just run down the middle of them with this thing. And now I could get that. I've never seen one of these in real life, which I would only presume that they do exist, because obviously how else would pellets get made out, you know, for farm owners, you know? Other than paying an astronomical amount to have pellets delivered to them, you know, if they're doing it themselves. So I'd only presume that it exists. One thing I do need to get, be okay with 20. It's 20 grand for that. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I might back this thing in here, fold this up when these bales are done. Fold this up when these bales are done. I think I might back this in here up into the stall just directly behind me here, and unfold it again and just unload into that stall there beside of me. Okay, I am going to have to go Where did that bucket go? Let's have the store deliver this to us. And we will pay a $200 delivery fee. Let's drop that. Let's get this bucket picked up. We'll go underneath this thing and unload it here. Yes, and I do realize that a bucket would not actually hold that entire hopper, but for sake of speed and efficiency, I do not like the texture that this is putting off. I don't know why that's messed up, but don't know why this ain't dumping. Okay, let's get this thing fired back up and this fired back up here. I need to go through and put some new gravel down. Just finish shredding this bale here. Alright. Now let's fold this up here. Okay. So this obviously is not going to work. So what we'll do is we'll take it back out here. We'll just have the whole thing out here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get these bales chopped up, and then what we'll do is we will get everything sold, and once everything is sold, what we'll do is we will get a larger tractor, and on the next cutting, we will maybe see about pulling that thing to the field and just harvesting out in the field directly and see what happens, and get a trailer and stuff to dump everything in and see how it works. Alright, we need to get the forklift over here. Need to go start our truck and warm it up. So one thing that I do wish is that the conveyor for this thing was a little bit longer so that it could hold more than 3 pallets. So you wouldn't have to babysit it near as much. But that's okay. This forklift here does a fantastic job of handling pallets and stuff. Excuse me. Let's get our truck pulled over here closer. sorry. Sorry about that, everybody. So it looks like we can fit three wide here. Go over and get another couple bales. I think we can actually go in sideways now that it's out. Actually go in like this. Oh. But yeah, if we can get, we can lease a bigger tractor here. We'll lease a bigger tractor here, and we will see. We will see what the bigger tractor does, pulling that thing out in the field on the next cutting. So we're going to be at a 0.4 height. Okay, so we're empty on the palletizer there. Product is empty. Made 181 bags so far and 4 pallets. This is ready to drop. That actually is going to shut off here in a second. So let's empty that before it does shut off. Oh, and it quit. Dang it. Just fire it back up here. Not sure what's happening with that bale. Looks like it's fixing itself. Okay, apparently you cannot empty this into these slots here. How about emptying it over here in this? No. Okay, so we need to make some money. Be able to afford to park a trailer behind this thing. Need to get this bale fixed here. It's not going. There we go. Okay, we can do 2 bales at a time. That's perfect. So we'll just grab 2 bales at a time. I guess what we'll do is we'll Put our bucket back on and we'll just go dump that in the hopper, I guess. Like I said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to invest in a tipper that I can just dump into these stalls here to hold these pellets. I don't know why this won't let me dump in the stalls there with that bucket. But it is what it is. We'll deal with it. About ready for another 2 bales. We get some money caught up here. What we'll do is we'll go through and level this ground out here. I do want to say to those of you that have been watching and staying with the content of this series that I do appreciate you all, and please, if you would, drop a like and drop a sub, and I do apologize for any of the cussing that might go on in these videos. I'm trying to keep them as clean as I can, and Beastie has kind of acknowledged that I'm trying to do that for my viewers, but Rebel, on the other hand, has not. He just whatever to him. So if you do hear it, just I plan to try to teach myself how to edit that stuff out, so it's not in here. But it's going to be a learning process. Don't have 2 pallets over there yet, so that's good. Aww. Okay, so that obviously does not work. I think we can squeeze through here. Perfect. Oh. What am I catching myself on? Let's take this thing and move this out of the way here. Slide our telehandler over. For whatever reason, it got stuck on that. There we go. We are in need of a couple more bales. Yeah, if a bigger tractor will run this thing at, like, actually at 6 miles an hour in the field, like say a Fendt Vario 600 or something, or 1000, if it would actually run this at 6 miles an hour, I would almost rather just do it out in the field. I'd almost rather just keep it out in the field and run it through the field, picking up windrows versus doing the bale shredding. And leave the hay storage, or the bale storage barn, strictly for Beastie's cattle, or I mean, misspeaking so much today. Strictly leave that for his grass bales to feed the animals with. We will put one of these. Oh, too close. There we go. Bring this one around here. I did not realize I left my truck running. I can shut that off. Whoa. Oh, diesel. Okay. Right now, we're rocking and rolling through these bales pretty good. Tell you what, let's just bring this entire stack over here closer. Okay, let's go get our bucket. Fill the hopper back up. Hopper is empty. We will also, while we have the bucket on, let's empty our hopper on this. Alright. That's empty. Let's top the hopper back off. Okay. We'll just set this right here in front of the hopper. We need to get our bale speeder back on. Get another 2 bales set up there. One thing I can say about this, what I wish the creator of this, and don't get me wrong, this is no bash to the creator of this mod. I do wish that they would have made the clamshell bucket on the inside of the storage unit there that you can use to load up your stuff. This right here, let me show you. I wish they would have made this. I understand that it's inside this building and they're trying to scale it to what the building would be. I wish they would have made the capacity of this like, say, 8,000 or something like that, or enough to fill this hopper up with 1 scoop, and not have to go constantly, back and forth, fill it up with 1 scoop. And even, I mean, honestly, too, even make the hopper capacity bigger so that you don't have to fill it as much. That would have been fantastic if they would have been able to do both of them, to make them both bigger capacities. And again, that's absolutely no flame to the creator. They done an awesome job. I love this mod. It gives the game, to me, it gives the game more things to do than just sit there and wait on crops to grow all the time. Along with the sawmills and all that stuff, you get to your logging operation is more than just, oh, take logs or cut the logs down, chop them into bits, and then haul them off to the sawmill and get paid for them. It gives you a sense of accomplishment because you can own your own sawmill and then take the planks, to the carpenter or to the piano person or whatever. I love that aspect of the game, to further refine your stuff to get more money out of it than what you would if you was to just haul off the logs or haul off the hay bales. Hay is not it is not very profitable in this game at all, period. So having something to do with the hay to allow you to make more profit, basically more profit per bale, having that ability to do so is fantastic because, like I said, it adds more depth to the game. Instead of just, oh, I baled hay, I'm taking it to the highest person to sell it, I mean, don't get me wrong, you're doing that same thing with the pellets, but you're getting an added layer of game replayability and you're gaining, you know, this further adds content that creators can use to do like roleplay series with and do what you call it, business ideas with and stuff like that, you know. I think if we set this on here, it should fit and suck in there, maybe. Should suck it in there. It shouldn't fall off there. Oh yeah, perfect. Cool, we got rid of that one bale there. It looks like we are going to have to empty that before too long. We will get these bales shredded up and get whatever pallets we've got loaded from these bales and end it there. I just wanted to get started on this and wanted to bring you guys along with me doing this. We got a minute, so let's go get our bucket. Keep this process here going. See, that only holds about 5,000 liters of capacity. To me, that hopper should be able to be piled all the way up to the back of that back wall on that hopper there. And that's how I would do it in real life as well. I would pile that up as high as I could possibly pile it to keep from having to check it so much. Oh, one thing we do need to check while we've got this going here. We're good on water. I made a mistake. Our water tank is over there, so when we get, it's right there. When we get done here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell that one. And I'm gonna place a new one right here beside the building. Okay, we're full. Should only have one pallet in here to grab. Yep. Like I said, what I'm going to do is, since this bucket will not allow me to dump inside here, I'm gonna just get a tipper trailer. I'm gonna get me a tipper trailer to to dump, to just fill up, and that way I ain't gotta keep running the bucket back and forth out of this thing. And eventually I do want to get another telehandler to have one for bales and one well, actually I probably won't need to, if, like I said, as long as, like, let's just look at this thing here. So if we go down here to bale stuff, miscellaneous, this takes 350 horsepower to power that. Beastie's John Deere has 458 horsepower. It barely pulls that machine while it's under a load at 2 miles an hour. So, what my thought is that I can go in here to large tractors. I can, you know, look at buying this or just something here. Like this has got 517. I can go all the way up to 673 with this. You know, I mean, I popped this at $550,000 basically, or $541,000, and I can just use this to pull it out in the field and see how it's going to work. And what I can do is I will go into a test map and see if it's actually going to work. I can see. I'll be able to just go into a test map and see how it's going to work. Oh, that bale's stuck. There we go. Fixed it. Yep, fixed it. Cool. Okay, we got 2 more to shred here. Let's go get our pallets out of here because we're about to get our 3rd pallet and it's going to shut off. Yep, I figured it was about to do that. So let's can it only handle 2 pallets on there? I could have swore it had 3 slots available there. Let's get these loaded on here. Once those other 2 bales there get shredded, we'll be done for the day. Yeah, I could have swore that this had 3 spots available to it. Maybe it does, I just for some reason maybe forced to stop or something. Not exactly sure. Okay. Oh, cannot leave that sit there. That's close enough. Alright, let's get this. Let's get these last 2 bales picked up here, and then we need to grab our bucket and empty that again. So these last few bales here will shred. Okay. We'll drop there. Let's go get our bucket. Empty this out so it'll keep shredding. Get these last two guys done, and then we'll be done for the day. All right. So it holds, that hopper holds 5,000 liters. That is not a lot. It's cool being able to see the machine working and stuff. See, here's the thing I was talking about. These look like hay pellets here, but it looks like it's spitting like wheat or corn out, which I don't understand. Alright, last bale has been sucked in there, so let's save this. And palletizer refilled with 4 bags due to saving sink. Oh. But anyway. Alright everybody. I thank you guys for watching once again. Really appreciate all the support. And if you're enjoying the content, hit the like button and consider subscribing. You can change your mind at any point because it's free. And we will be back with another video here before too long, and we'll finish up what we got here. Finish up the bales in the shed there. And once we get a trailer full here, we'll haul them off and go sell them. They sell to prices. Here it is. Let's see what we're looking at here for prices. Hay pellets. 242 to the animal dealer. So that's a lot more than strictly hay. Hay is 51. So it's quadrupling our see, what can we make out of the cotton? Spinnery. I assume clothes. Wow. We might need to look into maybe buying a spinnery. It's $10,000. But anyways, yeah. Like I said, I will see you guys in the next video. And yep. Have a good one, everybody. Later.